it's been a long time. Welcome back. I thought I'll put a little video out because I've just released my new add-on yesterday called Economy Plus, which brings a range of different economy-related features into your world or realm. It's something I made. It's a bit of a passion project because it's something I would have loved years ago when I was building an economy world with loads of friends. So I'm doing a little tutorial and show off a couple of new things I've kind of coded today. Um, but the tutorial will show you how to integrate it into your current system if you've already got something all set up. If you don't, it's pretty much ready to go out the box. But if you currently have a scoreboard set up that you are and you have players with values on that scoreboard, you've already been playing for a while, we've already been building a big map. Here's a couple of a temporary thing for you until this next update is out, which I'll show you at the end. But this is something you can do to quickly move over your scores into the Economy Plus data system. So if you're not aware, the data, the scores, well not score, the value of how much a player has isn't stored in a scoreboard. It's stored in what's called dynamic properties, so it's stored on the actual player data. So you can't access it when they are offline. But the system all works when the player's online, and we'll get down into it. So this is a small little system I created just to transfer money over. I'm just going to show you, I've got a test scoreboard here with 900 in, and I've got 1,500. In fact, I might just deposit, oh no, not deposit, withdraw all of that, just so I can start with fresh zero, and then we can see the 900 go in. So I've got zero in my balance, and then when I turn this system on, that money gets removed from my test scoreboard, and it says I've got 900 in my bank. Just to double check it here, I have 900 in my bank. So fairly simple. You only really need these three. I just like to have this extra test for just to trigger the system, because I personally rather not have this on always active, but this is just a simple test for. So this is just test for at all scores equals test. Not that isn't zero, so if they're on the scoreboard. This test scoreboard is the name of my scoreboard that I use to test. But if you had a scoreboard that you want to transfer the scores from, this would be the name that you need to put in here. So if it's money, coins, credits, cash, whatever you've called yours. So this is just needs redstone because I've got a switch for it, but you could have always active and just a comparator going in to activate this. But like I said, this isn't 100% necessary, it's just some little thing I do. But going into this, either needs redstone if you're using the comparator system, or always active. This is your main moving the score. So we've got a test at the top, so execute at all at self, if score at self test. So this would be the name of your scoreboard. So test matches not equals 0, run. So that's the main test we're looking for to see if there's anyone that has any value on your scoreboard. Run scoreboard players operation at self, and this is the scoreboard you need to transfer it to. THM underscore ECP money underscore update. This is a scoreboard that my add-on provides. I'll go into a little bit more detail when we talk about how to add your own systems to integrate with Economy Plus. This you will be using a lot. So normal operation, move from the test scoreboard onto the money. So money update equals at self test, and again test is whatever name your scoreboard is. that's just, like I said, repeating always active if you want, or needs redstone if you're doing it like this. That goes into a chain unconditional always active. We've got the same test here, the execute, and then what we're doing is after that execute is running a scoreboard players reset at self, and then the name of your scoreboard, in my case test. This is to remove them, because if you left them on there, the other system would just constantly keep giving them money. So to remove them from your scoreboard, and then the main thing, so that just moves them onto a temporary scoreboard, which is the money update. This is the main thing that runs. So you run a script event, which is a command to integrate with scripting. And I'm listing out for this, so thm underscore ecp colon update. What this does, and you'll be using it, this is chain always active, you'll be using it in your other integration, but this listens out, it checks, once it's ran, it checks if anyone is on the money update scoreboard. If they are, it will take what value is on that and add or remove it from their score, their bank data, so their Economy Plus data. So that is essential to run at the end. So this is just a little temporary system. I have already created an option in the settings to do this for you. So when a player joins, it will transfer for you, and then it will just be an empty scoreboard at the end of it. So I'm not going to add in a deletion for it because I don't want to delete your scoreboard, but it will just constantly remove people as they join, and give them the money in their bank. It won't. It technically sends a message, but the message would be sent before they fully loaded in, so they wouldn't get the "you've received this much money." That will be coming out in the next update. So to integrate, once you've got everything all moved over, or if you're starting from scratch, and you want to create systems or modify systems that you have to integrate with the Economy Plus system, then this is the way to do it. It's fairly simple. You can add and remove from their bank. To add, you will simply just add a score to that money update scoreboard. So remember, it's thm underscore ecp colon money underscore update 100. This is the example here, but you can put whatever number you want. And then, more importantly, after it, run the script event thm underscore ecp colon update. And this will add money, and it sends the notification as well to the player that they've received money and what their new balance is. The remove is pretty much exactly the same, except the scoreboard command you're doing is the remove command on that same thm underscore ecp colon money underscore update. And in this example, I'm removing 100. Even if they're not currently on this scoreboard, it will put it to negative, and my system recognizes the negative to remove money. So if I press this button, it puts me back down to 900. I'll put it back to 100 just to even it out. So that should all be updated in my balance here. So an example of how you can use that is a simple thing here. You could use an NPC, command blocks, however you're currently building systems. If you're watching this file, you're probably pretty well versed in creating these sort of systems and just want to know how to integrate it with Economy Plus. So you might recognize something like this. So we're just going to execute at the closest player for this example, and then we're going to check this scoreboard. So this is a second scoreboard that the add-on provides. It's thm underscore ecp. You will see that all the time, because this is a way I can guarantee that you don't have something called thm underscore ecp money display, and same with the money update. So colon money underscore display equals 200 or more, run give at self diamond. So I'm just giving myself a diamond for 200 just for an example here. And then following that, we're going to do the same test to test that they've got 200. I'm not going to go through this. You can just read that or copy that there. I'm not teaching you how to create these systems, just to integrate it into the Economy Plus. So run scoreboard players remove @s thm underscore ECP :money underscore update 200. So this will remove the money, and then again, more importantly at the end, run the script event for it to be updated. So if I do this, it will take 200 from me and give me a diamond. So that's a way to integrate it in. Now there's a few things I have created, and I just saw a suggestion on Echo Soldier's review that got me thinking that some of you, and I would have probably been in the same shoes if I downloaded this add-on whilst I was spending months creating my worlds, putting command blocks everywhere, thousands of commands, and you might just not want to go round and set all of this up. So I've created a few settings that will come into the next update. I have created starting money. That's going to be introduced, so you can choose how much money to give. Default will be 0, so it just doesn't give money if you didn't want to, and then you can set it so when they join, they get given some money. Transfer from old, so this will be toggling whether to do that system we did at the start for you, where when they join it transferred from your scoreboard into the Economy Plus data system, and then you just need to provide the name of the scoreboard there. And then this is the new one based on the suggestion. Now I do recommend, if it's not too much work, to just use the Economy Plus data system. It's more safe. It means you can't accidentally delete a scoreboard. But if you wanted to, you can switch it to look at your scoreboard instead of my data system. So you can toggle this on and then set the scoreboard name that you want it to look at. This can't be used in conjunction with the transfer. There's no point because you're using your system. So at the moment there isn't a check, but by the time it releases I'll probably add a check that if you try to add these two systems on at the same time, it will error and tell you can't do that. So if I change this over, let me give myself some money on that scoreboard first. Let's give myself 10,000 so it's a nice number. So I've got a test scoreboard here. That's not the actual scoreboard. I've got 800 in my bank based on my data. If I go into my settings and I go in and switch it to use my scoreboard, I've already tested it, so this has already come through as test, and submit. It will remove the update because it will remove anything that's on there because I've selected the display off. You can just add that back on, and now it shows I have 10,000, and when I give myself my name as this one, I'll remove it, and actually integrate with the scoreboard instead of my data system. So my data system will be completely ignored and your system will be there, so you could use your system to test how much money they have. You can add and remove from your system just when they use my stuff, so the ATMs, the markets and everything, it would just take it from your scoreboard. So that's something I'm adding to make it easier for anyone that's got a big world that they don't really want to go around and edit. I can't say how long it would take to release. I'll probably get it sent in a couple of days once I've double checked and tested everything fully. And there's a couple of extra things I do want to add into it first, and then Minecraft have to review it, so it's based on their times. But it will pop up a little notification when you join after an update has happened and tell you there's been a change, and I will update the changelog here with the latest changes. So Um, if you have any suggestions, I do kind of scan the internet for them, but it's so much easier if you can come to me and ask. So join me on my Discord. The link will be in the description. Um, and there's a dedicated channel to talk about Economy Plus, so we can chat there. You can suggest feedback, or just ask questions if you need help. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.